What up, ladies and gentlemen? So today we're going to be starting our series of Saturn through signs, and we're going to start with Saturn in the sign of Aries. And obviously I've already made the video. If you were smart, you searched for it and you found it. But we'll do it again because today is the 16th, and yeah, you guys probably will PMS if I didn't make the video. So what is the sign of Aries? Sign of Aries represents your agility, your fighting ability, competition, all kinds of action that you take in your life. It's your physical action. Aries actually represents your vitality of the body. This is where Sun is excelled, because Sun is vitality. Okay, and this is where you get a lot of energy. Aries represents your ability to get up and say, okay, I'm gonna do it, let's do it. And it's controlled by Mars. But here's the thing. You can stand up and say, I'm going to do it, let's do it, come on, let's go, we got energy. But for you to take that first step, and for you, let's say you're going for an audition, okay? So Venus says, I'm an artist. I need to go for an audition, I need to become a star. Aries says, all right, let's go do it. Come on, let's hurry up. But it's Saturn who says, all right, I'm going to walk, I'm going to get in the car, I'm going to drive up there, and I'm going to stand in line, I'm going to, wait for my turn, and I'm going to give my best performance. So Saturn is your action. Aries is your action, Saturn is your ability to actually make that action into a movement. So Saturn represents workaholicness. Saturn represents your discipline to stand in line for that audition, for American Idol. Saturn represents structure, your organization skills. Okay, I got these lines ready, and I'm dressed up as the character. All right, it's your organization skills. Saturn also sets up boundaries. Like, okay, you cannot go outside these limits because Saturn is reality. Saturn is your real world. Saturn is not Superman. That's Jupiter. Jupiter will make you think you're flying and you have all sorts of power and optimism. Saturn says, no, you're a human being. Because if something was to go wrong, like Saturn says this to you, perfect example with what happened in Boston. God rest everybody's soul. In Boston, you found out that human beings are nothing but a chunk of meat filled with blood. That's it. I mean, the three people who died, including an 80-year-old, what if they could have been the next Einstein? They could have discovered something so important regarding the universe that it would change humanity and the alien worlds forever? But guess what? The universe doesn't give a shit. He just treats it. He says, look, this is reality. If there's destruction, you're nothing but a piece of meat. Like, you're nothing but like a piece of ham filled with blood, because when the bomb goes off, your limbs are gone. You're just nothing but a walking piece of ham. That's what Saturn is. Saturn sets the boundary and shows you the reality of who you are. Saturn delays things because he's a slow-moving planet. But now Aries is a fast-moving, impulsive thing. So what happens when these two energies come together? Well, first of all, do not think that Saturn becomes lazy in Aries because Saturn is a slow-moving planet. No, Saturn becomes a workaholic because this is, again, a sign of his enemy, but a soldier sign of Mars. Mars is all about action, so whatever planet's here is going to be action. So Saturn works. He says, yes, Saturn is in the house of Mars in the sign of Aries, and he's saying, I'm working. All right, let's go. But then Saturn realizes after a while that I'm working, but the results are not coming as quickly as I thought. Even in my own sign, I kind of give results on time. But what is this? I'm working. So what happens is Saturn becomes frustrated inside of Aries because he has to work a lot. He has to work this much to get this much. Where Saturn is Libra, work this much and he gets this much. Okay? So this is why Saturn is frustrated, because he has to work long hours. He has to start at an early age. Like people with Saturn in Aries will start working early and will probably work till they die. And it's not about poverty again. Poverty doesn't necessarily controlled by debilitated Saturn, because I can show you a couple of people, which I should have actually. I forgot the charts of the name of the people I saw last month with debilitated Saturn, and yet they had all the money. They were celebrities, but If you see their life, they had to work to get that little fame and just to get that little money. And they keep working, till they die, because they have to keep up with everything that around them. So that's the frustration of Saturn. Because Saturn loves being in the Libra. He loves being around the support of other people. Saturn in Aries does not get support. He's not around people. He's now alone on a throne. And he's like, I'm not the king. I need support of other people. I can work, but I need to socialize with other people. This is why Saturn is exalted in the 7th house of partnership. Other people, he uses other people's resources to, gain what he wants to. And so this is the frustration that comes here. Another frustration that comes of Saturn in Aries is that he has to go through a lot of competition. Competition keeps putting him down. And after a lot of struggle, Saturn is able to win a battle. Because again, Saturn is a fighter in Aries. But the thing is, he gets too much competition. So what happens is, since Aries represents competition, and Aries represents your drive to fight, Saturn's ability to compete and their energy into fighting for something goes into the wrong direction. Now, this doesn't mean that they're going to become criminal and they're going to use their energy to attack somebody. No, they are always under constant attack. And their ability to strive for something, aim a goal and go for it, they'll do that, but they will choose the wrong direction to go through that goal. Like if somebody's an artist, instead of going into competitions, going to galleries or going online and putting their art online, they'll be making their stuff, beautiful paintings, and they'll be having like a garage sale. They'll be like, hey, come look at my art. And they would not know why they're not succeeding, because their aim of destination to succeed is steered away. And they're always feeling under constant threat, and they have an anxiety, there's this fear, because Saturn is a tamasic planet. Saturn represents a fear and anxiety, panic attacks. All these things are possible here. And if Saturn is conjoined with Venus or aspects Venus, it can show an abusive relationship. It can show domestic violence. Not just from a man's perspective, not just from a woman's side, but from a man's side as well. People can be attacked by their wife, from this. But here, Saturn feels constant threat. And also, Saturn is law and order. Saturn likes putting order into things. He puts structure into the law. Here, Saturn criticizes the law. He doesn't trust the law. He says, oh my God, the government is coming after me. Oh no, this law is going to ruin the entire country. They become very critical of even the good laws. And that's where they have this fear that, oh my God, somebody's going to come and get me. Oh my God, this law just passed and everything's going to be ruined. And these things will steer them away into working towards the right direction. They'll be workaholic because, again, this is an Aries energy. Saturn loves repetitive and long-term work, but it's towards the wrong things. They may be in the same field, but they may not be they'll be in the same business, but they will not attend the right conferences, right, shows to increase their business, right way of marketing. They'll always do something which may not, may not benefit them at the end. This is why they should go for managers and agents who can help them achieve their success. That's where they can benefit from it. But here Saturn's energy is just always feels like it needs to compete with something. Always feels like it's in some sort of a war zone. But again, Saturn is a workaholic planet. He likes to put structures and organization. He'll do his best to do that. But especially if Mars is debilitated, that's when things can go really haywire. That's when Saturn can actually attack other people because he feels threatened so much. But if Mars is exalted, it'll help Saturn a lot. It may not help him too much, but it'll help Saturn. All right. So guys, this was my analysis of Saturn in the sign of Aries. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Saturn is placed, what sign is placed according to 2 astrological degrees, and what planet is conjoined with Saturn, Check out the link below. Check out my books there. Astrology at the Speed of Light and Conjunctions at the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you a link to look at your own chart. Just make sure you follow the directions below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Actually, we'll see you on Friday. I have a habit of saying tomorrow. Bye.